Okay, I think I'm live. What is the market conditions of Doral real estate right now? That's what we're going to cover in today's episode. Good morning and welcome to Building Connections Doral Talks. I'm your host, Betty Gonzalez. And guys, I really need to tell you and show you what the state of the market is right here in our backyard, because I need to make sure that we put everything into context. I don't just want to bring you the numbers. I'm just going to tell you how many houses sold, how many are pending. I want to tell you so that you can actually put it into context as to what that means to you as a homeowner and even as a home buyer. So I've been following the market lately, and it's a little bit, I wanted to make sure that I am very objective. I'm not going to put my opinion. I just want to tell you exactly what it is. And we're going to go over obviously the market update right here in Doral. We're going to go over what the interest rates have been doing for the 30-year fixed mortgage loan, as well as the VA, and some of my opinions and what I believe is going to happen. Now, mind you that real estate, it's usually, we get the information in the arrears. By the time we get it, it has already happened, and we don't even know where we're sitting right now. We have an idea. I have an idea. But as a consumer, by the time you get the report, for example, right now is October, the beginning of October, the first week of October, right? But you're not going to get the information because they wait to get all of the information from a full month, and then that's also delayed. So right now, whatever information I'm giving you or anyone else gives you, most likely is for 2 months ago, from back to August, okay? And by the time at the end of this month, then we should have September, because they want to make sure that they compile everything that happened to have an accurate. For example, all of the houses that anyone put an offer on in, for example, September, didn't close most likely until October. So it lags. So it waits until it compiles everything, and then it goes from there. So now let's get started. And I want to start by showing you some of the stats. So let me share my screen over here so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. So let's start with the average sales price. Remember, I told you that real estate lags, and this is August, the last information for August 2024. So we closed an average of $1,054,003 for single family homes right here in Doral, which is 1.2% more than a year ago. Now, this is what I said, we need to have perspective, because I want you to hear this, hear me out. 4.2% higher than last year. However, this is what I want you to see, that everything else is different. So if the housing market has a shortage on housing, then obviously the consumer has less choices. They have higher demand, less choices to be able to purchase. So this is what's happening. Look at the activity of active inventory that came to the market in the month of August. 113 brand new listings, not current inventory, but brand new listings, meaning this is 43% higher than this time last year. So although the housing market is 4.2%, a little bit higher than last year, now we have more inventory. So the consumer, i.e. the buyer, has more choices when they come on the market. Therefore, it could drive prices down. Let me continue and let me explain. So active inventory, 113 came in 1 month on the market for single family homes, just in the city of Doral. Like again, it's 43% higher than a year ago. Now, new listings went like 50%. Actually, this is active inventory. I'm sorry, this is how much we have. And this is how many new listings came on the market. I apologize. So 48 came on the market. New listings is 50% more than a year ago, meaning this time last year, only 24 listings came on the market, and it comes as total active inventory of 43%. Now, let's look at this. Even though the average sales price is 4.2% higher than last year, look at the median price of original price to the list price received. It's at 94.5%. Last year was 96.2%. So what does that mean? That means that we are lower percentage. So if you have, let's put a round number, $100. For every $100 that you put your house on the market, you receive 94.5% on that dollar. So it is, if you put it for 100, you receive an offer of $94,000. or 100,000, you receive $94,000. So it is 5.5% lower than whatever the asking price is for the median of the regional list price to the received offer. Now, closed sales, we are at 14 closed sales for the month of August, which is 46% lower than a year ago. So let me show you now. So if you have less closings, right? 46% less closing than last time this year, but you have more new listings, 50% more than new listings, making a total inventory of 113, which is 43% higher, is driving the inventory up. So that means that there's a lot of more houses on the market than there are buyers eventually. Right now, we're coming on kind of like a balanced market. Now, let's touch on this point on month of supply. So we are 5.8 months of inventory, which is 3.7. 3.7 was last year. We're up 5.8 from last year. So, what does that mean? Betty, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to explain. 3 months of inventory or less, that means that we're in a really, really, really hot seller market. Why? Because that means that there's way more demand than there's houses available for sale. And if we have anywhere from 3 to 6, we're kind of more of a balanced market. That means that there's enough people on the market that wants to purchase a house as much as there's properties on the market. Now, remember, we are August. So right now, we could be over that 6 month supply of inventory. That means that if no other houses come on the market right now, it will take 5.8 months to sell all of the houses that we currently have of 113 based on the pace as we're closing. We're only closing 14 per month right now, according to the data. So it will take us approximately 6 months, according to this, to exhaust all of the houses that we actively have at this pace, if this continues. So this is more of an average, balanced market, enough demand as much as supply we have. But the more we tilt towards the right and we have more buyers or more houses than buyers, we have more supply than there's demand, then that's when you're going to see this average sales price drop. As you already see, the median price of original list price, it's 94.5%, which is not ideal for any seller. Now, people say, so when should I sell, Betty? Well, the truth is people only sell when they have to sell. Let me stop sharing. Very seldom a person or a family member is going to go through the process of getting the house ready and have strangers come through their house when they're not really ready to sell. So a better question is, if you do have to sell, you need to start getting educated, because this is what's going to happen. A lot of sellers are going to say, wait, Betty, the house down the street sold for $1 million 6 months ago. And I will say, yeah, that was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, we didn't have that many inventory. So there's not that many competition. So anybody that wanted to move to your neighborhood only have a few choices. But now they have way more than they need. By the way, now, because there's so much supply, different sellers that have to sell are competing for best prices. So they will lower their prices to meet their needs, because most people that put their houses for sale need to sell. Now, if you don't need to sell, I wouldn't know why you would put your house on the market and go through the hassle. But if you have to sell, the most people that put their houses on the market are either because it's a death in the family. These are the 5 reasons why people sell. 5 Ds. They call it divorce, death, diapers, diamonds. And what's the last one? I don't remember. Put it down in the comments. Diapers, you have a brand new baby. Divorce, obviously you got a divorce. Death, there's a death. So if there's a husband and wife, now everything cuts in half on the income that was coming to sustain the household. That happened. Then diamonds, somebody got married, so they might need to move together to a property. What is the last one, guys? I cannot think of it. So anyway, so they have to sell. If they have to sell and they know that the house has stayed on the market longer than they need to because they cannot longer afford this mortgage or a new job, or they have to move to a new job, they have to go across country or they have to go across town, or they buying a new house and they need to sell this house in order to purchase the other house because they have a job somewhere else. So they start lowering their prices, and that's what's going to drive this average sales price. So my question to you is, if you are in the boat that you have to sell, then consider doing it now than in the spring, because buyers also buy. Buyers that are buying now also buy if they have to buy. Nobody likes moving in the middle of the holidays. And if you haven't noticed, we're at the end of the year. So pretty soon is Halloween, Thanksgiving, and you're going to have the holidays, right? And people don't like moving, but unless they have to move. So if you're a serious seller, before things continue to tilt with more months supply of inventory, because when it's past 6 months, 6, 7, it goes higher, then now we're talking about you are in a buyer's market. What does that mean for a buyer? They have more choices. They have more concessions. So I just wanted to put it in perspective, because I don't want you to be surprised that, yes, the average sales price is a little higher right now. I don't believe it's going to continue to look like this a few months down the line, and so on. So I talked to you, I was going to show you let me show you this. So let me show you this graphic, right? This is for Doral, right? Just our area. You see right here, July 2024, we had 36 closings. Look at this drop right here. This cliff, we're at 14 closings right here for single family houses, which is 46.2% lower than the sales for the same time this year, right? Which you see right here. So this is what I wanted to point out. So now let's talk about the 30-year fixed mortgage rates. Right now, there are 6.67 as of this morning, according to Mortgage News Daily. And it's a little higher than they were before, right? In October, in September, we were at the lowest that we were at 6.13. Now, remember how I always talk about my VA buyers, that the VA loan is the best loan for the veterans that qualified or anybody that does qualify. Okay, let's look at the 30-year VA mortgage rate. Look, it's 6.20 right now, right? And the 30-year fix is at 6.67. That's 0.47 more than the VA right at the current market, right? Now, look at how we looked at the beginning of October. It was 5.79. It's really, 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 it's a cheaper loan to have. So guys, what I want you to get out of this is I want you to get the pulse on the market, because a lot of people, once I go to homeowners and they say, Betty, how much is my house going to sell? Yes, you need to look at the houses that sold previously. I've always said this. You need to see what the houses are selling and houses in the same area sold for in the few months behind that had the same criteria as yours. But that's only one part of the equation. That is just how houses sold based on demand. You also need to see if we're going in a downward market or if we're going in an upward market. So market conditions have a lot to do, meaning are there's more houses on the market? How much more are houses getting offered for? How much inventory do we have? Do we have more inventory? How many months of supply of inventory do we have? Are we going up or down? What kind of competition? You have to ask all of these questions. It's not just one answer. So even if I live in this neighborhood, even in my own house, I couldn't tell you unless I do an analysis of my own property every month, because every month things change. It's a constant. Real estate is a moving, constant market. So you have to be on with the pulse. So if this is you and you want to know how much your property is worth today, know what your neighbor sold 6 months ago, but I'm talking about today. Feel free to reach out. I'm right here in Doral. I'm your neighbor, and I will not lie to you because I don't have anywhere to run to. I live here. So I will be able to tell you exactly what to expect. And by the way, don't be mad at me if you don't hear the numbers that you want to hear. I will only tell you the truth because I have nothing to gain by lying. For example, I will even venture to tell you whatever number I come up with, I will tell you, let's go conservative and go 5 to 8% below of what I say. You know why? And that will be another video for it. a subject for another video, because you don't want to chase the market down. Meaning, you know what? Let me share this with you. I really, really want to show this. I want to hone this. I want to bring this home. Let me share this with you. Let me go to the MLS. Let me show it to you before I let you go. Now you have a lot of stuff to do. So look at this right here. We're right here at the MLS. You see the price decreases that we have? Let me see. You could see how much things have declined. 1.83%, 3.93%, 2.27%, 7.27%, and they still haven't sold. So you want to make sure that this is not you. And this is just, when I tell you this is just in the last 7 days. The last 7 days, we have 12 price decrease. These are the new houses coming and some that didn't sell. So my point to you is, if you want to come on the market, I might give you my professional advice that you might not like, because remember, I do this every day. People are very well educated, especially right here in Doral. We have an educated community, but that does not mean that you are very educated on every single field. This is what we do. So if you were to ask me, I will probably tell you what it is that I believe it should be priced at, minus probably 8%, because you don't want to be those ones that continue to lower, because the longer a property stays on the market, the less you're going to get for it. And it's shown right at the average list price to average accepted offer. Anyway, guys, I hope you got a better understanding what the market snap for right here in the city of Doral is. You get a better understanding how you're going to price your property if you need to sell your property. That is not just the average sales price, but also the market conditions in our area, how many months of supply. So if you, like I said, need to know, no attachments, just feel free to contact me. All of the information is in the description below. Remember, I am Betty Gonzalez, and I am here hosting your Building Connections Doral Talks every week. If you want to come on to the show, feel free to also reach out. You're going to hear it here in a second. Now, I just want to say, I hope that this Hurricane Milton did not damage as much as we thought it would. And my thoughts and prayers are for those people that probably lost their properties. I'm just hoping that they're also safe, them and their family members. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Have a good day and have a great weekend. And I see you next week. Bye. Real quick, calling all Doral professionals, entrepreneurs, and community influencers. Are you ready to showcase your business, share your knowledge and experience with our engaged audience? Building Connections Doral Talks invites you to become a guest speaker on our podcast. Share your unique perspectives and inspiring stories with our listeners. We believe in the power of your voice in shaping the conversations right here in Doral. Click the link below to submit your information and be part of our next episode. Join us in building connections, sharing knowledge, and growing together. Don't miss this opportunity to be a featured guest on Building Connections Doral Talks. Tune in, connect, share, and grow together with Building Connections Doral Talks, reshaping the way we engage with the diverse voices of Doral, one guest at a time. Doral Talks, your voice, our community. Click the link now on the show notes, the screen, or in the comments below, or just scan the QR code to submit your information as a guest. I hope to see you soon. See you in the next podcast. Bye.